County then in blue shirts, blue shorts and white socks. This terrific new strip, which is manufactured by Puma for County today. The ball given away immediately by Rooney. It's picked up by the right-sided McLaughlin for Rochdale. Dale passing it through midfield now with Matty Lund. Back to McNulty, back on familiar territory, of course, McNulty today. And over on the far side, Rochdale trying to work away into County territory down their left-hand side. The ball played forward, but intercepted by Jordan Keighren. Neat work by the County midfielder. Over to that right-hand side. It's played down the line there, but Liam Hogan looks as though he's starting as a right-back, doesn't it, Hogan? It looks like a back four for County here, John.
It does, yeah. It's surprising to see a back four. It looked like a back three on the team sheet, but perhaps Liam Hogan's a bit more versatile than perhaps we thought.
Rochdale as well have caught us on the hop a little because they've gone with a back four as well. But it is County pushing forward, looking for Niall Bell. The flag's up against the County number 9. It'll be a free kick to Rochdale inside their own half. Dale having a difficult summer of it. They are currently running a deficit of around £625,000. Their wage bill is around £250,000 a month. So the playing budget has been slashed significantly in the summer. And they've lost some big name players as well, particularly Ian Henderson moving to Salford. He'll be a big miss for the Dale. They've also lost Aaron Wilbram, Callum Camps, Josh Lillis, some long-serving favourites. So big changes for Dale as they also fall victim to an offside flag away to our right-hand side. 0-0, early stages of this one, John.
Good defending from Stockport County there, holding a tight line to play the offside trap. But interesting, it is a traditional back four. Liam Hogan playing right back and James Jennings at left back. Just on the subject of Aaron Wilbram, I just so happened to bump into him at a golf course, John, and he's 41 in December. He's without a club, and he said to me it'd be lovely to have one last season and finish it at Stockport County. I think Jim's squad might be a tough one for Albie to get into, though, at the age of 40.
Here's Jamie Stott picking the ball up for County. White boots for Jamie Stott today. You've got to be a good player to wear white boots. Here's Keighren, midfield now for the Hatters. Over to the right-hand side for Hogan. Tucked it back to Palmer. Squares it for Stott again. James Jennings pulling into a good position on this left-hand side. Stott choosing not to use him, though, and he's given the ball away. That was a mistake by Stott, and the counter-attack's on for Rochdale. Down the inside right channel, they've squared it. This is a real chance for Dale to open the scoring. Brilliant saving tackle, though, from Keighren at the last gasp there to keep out the lively runner from midfield there. But goodness me, County left themselves exposed. Poor pass by Stott to start that problem.
Yeah, Jamie Stott a bit rusty there and a little bit complacent with his passing. I'm delighted to see him back. His use of the ball as a centre-half and his comfort on the ball were always great to see in his last spell here. And we should remember Jamie Stott's still only 22, John, so he's ball-playing centre-half, 22 years old. He could be something very special for Stockport.
Well, let's hope so. He'll be irritated for giving the ball away like that. As Dale clear their lines themselves. Goalkeeper Jay Lynch, signed from Fylde just over 12 months ago. It was Tavares, by the way, who had that early shot. Jordan Keighren, he did well, didn't he, Keighren, tracking back to deny the Portuguese striker an opportunity to get a clean strike at the ball.
He does. It's nice to see Jordan Keighren in the starting 11. I always think we look a firmer, more solid unit with him playing in front of the back four.
Here come Dale again, though, cross from the right-hand side. Very well blocked by Jennings. He's a tough, uncompromising fullback. That was a good block to deny Ryan McLaughlin, who has just signed a new one-year deal with Rochdale this week. Player who came through the ranks at Liverpool. His brother Connor is also a right back, playing for Sunderland, I think, these days. Here he is again. It's a foul this time, though, by Rooney. And, well, might be a friendly, but John Rooney has made a strong challenge there. It is a free kick.
My first time seeing John Rooney live, John, and that looks to me there's no such thing as a friendly in his language.
Free kick for Dale. This will be a left-footed in-swinger from this near side. Matt Doan standing over it. Good player, the Oswestry-born winger. Won the League One title when he was at Sheffield United. Oh, it's a good header by Palmer. Knew he was going to get clattered, but made sure he connected and sends it away to the opposite touchline. That'll be a throw-in to the visitors.
Ash Palmer starting the season, John, the way he finished last. I think he won 70% of the headers from corners last year that we were defending.
Rochdale these days, managed by Brian Barry Murphy, who's having a few sleepless nights at the moment. He and his partner, Sarah Jane Crawford, the Radio 1 DJ, have just had their first baby, a little girl. So congratulations to them. Dale on the ball, central midfield again. It's a long raking pass forward, but Matty Doan just trying to flick it past Hinchliffe. He gets another chance though, and the shot from the edge of the box comes off the upright too rapidly for Tavares to react. And in the end, the flag has come to County's rescue. But at the moment, the Hatters at 6s and 7s at the back there, John.
Well, that really was lady luck on Stockport County's side there. There were two golden opportunities for Rochdale there, both of which came from defensive errors. Superb play on the right hand side that to carve out the opening, and Dale hitting the post, and we're lucky that it's still level, John.
Yeah, Alex Newby, almost a dream debut for him, wasn't it?
Well, he was so unlucky there. Newby did everything right. His first touch was superb. Very unlucky to see his shot come off the inside of the post.
County relieved. As Rochdale rattling the woodwork in the early stages of this one. The ball is back on the edge of the Dale penalty area with the veteran centre-half, the Irishman McShane.
Well, Rochdale are dominating possession, John, and they look far more dangerous in attack than Stockport County, although here we are with a...
Almost winning the ball back there. Keighren trying to feed it through the gap for Jennings. Didn't quite come off for him. Just a glimmer of hope there for the Hatters on the edge of the opposition penalty area, but it's Dale who come away with the ball. Again, there's an acre of space on this right-hand side, but Dale choosing to go through the middle instead. It's a very direct, marauding run. Rochdale still on the ball with McLaughlin down the right. McLaughlin has Doan ahead of him, squares it though, plays it inside. Shot from distance, on target, but a comfortable save for Ben Hinchliffe from Ollie Rathbone's effort. Ollie Rathbone signed from Manchester United's reserves 4 years ago. Famous name, here's one for the kids. Mick Rathbone's his dad. You may remember the fullback played for Birmingham, Blackburn and Preston.
I think I might have had a football card with his face on it, John, showing my age there.
Rooney, stopped, left-footed, goes long, too long. And you can see, even in these early stages, John, that Dale are at a more advanced stage of their preparations, understandably, because their season starts a month earlier.
Well, they're certainly controlling midfield. They look more dangerous up front. Fitness, you'd expect to play a big part in the last 30 minutes of the match, but straight from the off, Dale are on it, controlling possession, controlling the game. Stockport County very much chasing the game from the early stages.
Dale finishing 5 points above the drop, quite comfortable in the end. But the bookies certainly don't fancy them this time round. And it's been a fairly dismal summer for them with news of the cash crisis at Spotland. McLaughlin always had his pocket picked by Williams. This is a great run by Williams down the left-hand side. The debutant now with a chance to cross from the left, looking for Bell. He was always stretching, couldn't quite get there. And the ball ends up with the Dale left back, but that was much more promising from the Hatters. Great work by Williams.
Well, I was looking forward to seeing Jordan Williams play today, John, and he showed great appetite there. Got away, pinched the ball, got away down the left, played a superb ball in for Niall Bell. Big season for Niall Bell this season, John. He won't get many better opportunities than that, and somehow didn't get his feet right and the ball sailed over his head. Fantastic opportunity, but Jordan Williams looks like he'll be a special player for us.
Yeah, Jim Gannon reunited with Jordan Williams. He, of course, worked with him when they were together at Northwich Vicks 5 or 6 years ago now. But Jordan Williams, big money signing for the Hatters, an undisclosed fee, but it was a substantial fee. from AFC Fylde, scored 13 goals for Fylde last season, including a goal here at Edgeley Park in a 2-1 defeat for the Coasters. Here's Doan, back into midfield again, finding Matty Lund. Lund, a Northern Ireland international, squares it now for Ryan. Ryan helping it on to Rathbone. Oh, it's a good run from midfield again. County not tracking these runners at all. Ben Hinchliffe alert to the danger, but Matty Lund was away then. County's midfield a little static on that occasion. Look at that, I've never seen a back pass with a header from the halfway line, but you've seen it now by Ollie Rathbone, the long-haired midfielder.
Diminutive Ollie Rathbone, he's made a great start, John.
Yeah.
Looks very comfortable on the ball, and every time he's played it forward, he's played a very incisive attacking pass. So he's going to be a key player to stop if Stockport County are going to get a result today. County
looking to push forward down that right-hand side, but unable to really make any inroads then. But that half chance for Niall Bell, though, will give them real encouragement, John, going forward.
Yes, certainly carving it. It's certainly the first serious opportunity Stockport County have carved out, and yeah, all credit to Jordan Williams. Niall Bell is. I seem to remember in the deal with Jordan Williams, there was a rumour that Niall Bell might be going to Fylde on loan, John, but it didn't come off. I think the rumour was that they couldn't agree personal terms, and Niall, for the time being, continues to be a Stockport County player.
Here's Rathbone again. Rolls it back to McShane. McShane over to this right-hand side, finding Jimmy Ryan. Jimmy Ryan back to the goalkeeper Jay Lynch, who enjoyed a couple of promotions during his time with Salford City before moving on to AFC Fylde. Here's Rathbone again, and again this space on the right for McLaughlin, and McLaughlin's trying to exploit that. Just had to check his run there, but manages to pick out another Dale shirt, and it's another foul by the Hatters. Jim Gannon's mantra, no fouls. He won't be pleased about that. Keighren absolutely clattering into Alex Newby there. Free kick to Dale, in a good position as well, John, here.
Yeah, and I know Jim is very much against giving away fouls in the last third of the pitch, but Jordan Keighren very much chasing round after Rathbone and Newby in midfield, and we'll see, but I don't think that was such a bad tackle, actually breaking up the game. Jordan Keighren letting them know that he's around, and let's face it, Jordan Keighn's steel is better than his guile, and let's hope he can stamp his authority in this midfield as the game emerges.
It's a long way from goal, but it's pretty central. County with just a two-man wall of Rooney and Connor Jennings. And he's hit the crossbar. That is a terrific strike. Ben Hinchliffe may have had it covered. Difficult to tell from here, but that was a terrific hit by Newby.
Well, for me, Newby playing number 10. I think he's only 24 years old, John. He's had a great start on the ball. He's made a couple of incisive runs, carrying the ball 5 or so yards, and always putting in a decent effort. That free kick from a good 25 yards out, maybe 30 yards. It definitely deceived Hinchliffe, and a superbly struck ball that dipped at the last minute, and I think Hinchliffe was surprised he hit the bar.
Well, it can count himself a little unlucky, can't he, Newby? He's hit the post and the bar in the opening 15 minutes. Well, that's a slightly short back pass, but Hinchliffe alert to it, fires it back where it came from. Jordan Williams will chase, but it's easy for Jay Lynch to gather. Rochdale's financial woes, a little bit of a surprise perhaps when you consider last season they had money spinning ties against Manchester United and Newcastle United. They drew actually at Man United, losing on penalties eventually in the EFL Cup, and of course played at Newcastle as well in the FA Cup, and had a home tie against them, drew 1-1. Aaron Wilbram scoring the goal in that game. Bell trying to get in behind McNulty, though, using all his experience just to shield the ball from the young striker.
He was brilliant there, Jim McNulty, actually. John, he was caught off balance. It looked like Niall Bell was in behind him, but defying his 35 years, quick on the turn, and his strength there, despite the fact that Niall Bell's a bigger player, Jim McNulty was far stronger than him. Still lives in Stockport, Jim McNulty, John. I happen to know that because I was playing golf the other day. knocked a ball over the top of the green. It went into somebody's garden through the patio where they had the patio open. Who walks out with a golf ball looking irate? It was Jim McNulty. So I did get to meet him face to face a couple of weeks ago.
McNulty playing the ball into midfield for Jimmy Ryan. John Whelan, our co-commentator this afternoon from mydigitalaccounts.com. Delighted to have John alongside us. And our thanks as well to Sean Connor, who joined us at Carrington last weekend for our live stream of the pre-season friendly against Fleetwood. And Jim Gannon explaining last week, John, as well, that it is a topsy-turvy pre-season because we're playing the higher ranked sides, if you like, early on, right at the start of pre-season, and the lesser ranked sides at the end because of COVID and because of the staggered start.
Yeah, and well, Jim knows what he's doing, John. He's always planning, always thinking about the game, and the way we're prepping for pre-season, we're not putting a foot wrong here.
Hogan on the right wing, crossing
Niall.
to Bell. He was climbing. It wouldn't have counted, but good to see Bell getting into those positions. A good cross from Hogan.
Yeah, great cross from Hogan, and I was very impressed with Hogan when he came last season. Made the centre half berth his own. Really shored up the defence. Formed a great partnership with Ash Palmer. Moved over to right back today, and looks very comfortable there. Very versatile player, and I think we're going to have a solid defence this season, John.
Great ball by Keighren to Ryan McLaughlin, but they've given the ball away, Dale, and it's gone to Bell, who tried a little reverse pass, had to play it blind and assumed that John Rooney was coming hot on his heels, but Rooney had just checked his run to hover on the edge of the box. So Bell in the end giving the ball away, but County just starting to get a bit of a foothold in the game.
Yeah, we're carving out opportunities, and the last 10 minutes have belonged to Stockport if the first 10 minutes belong to Rochdale. And Niall, Jim Gannon has kept a lot of faith with Niall over the last 3 seasons, and as he's got the resources to overhaul his squad, still backing Niall Bell, and Niall Bell's still a young player, 22 years old. So Jim sees something in him that I'm sure he's hoping is going to come to fruition this season.
McLaughlin's header away. It's come straight back though from Keane to Thomas, who's come inside now to get involved in the game, but he's lofted it over the head of Williams. Dale back on the ball with the influential Jimmy Ryan, signed on a free from Blackpool 12 months ago. Oh, McNulty almost caught in possession there by Adam Thomas, but again uses that experience to good effect. Shields the ball, turns it back to the goalkeeper. Here's McShane. Matty Lund in midfield, former Stoke City trainee. Left side is McNulty again, that distinctive figure. Long ball from Ryan, the long diagonal to McLaughlin. Inch perfect, McLaughlin with 2 for company, still gets his cross in. It's an industrial clearance from Jamie Stott. Connor Jennings stretching, but does well. Oh, Bell does brilliantly. Rooney caught after the ball had gone. The referee shaking his head. No foul for either Rooney or Jennings, and Dale back on the ball. He's letting a lot go, the referee.
Yeah, I don't think that was a foul, John. John Rooney there, kind of just leaning over Paul McShane's leg. Finding it hard to stamp his authority on the game here, Rooney, actually. But Stockport County, as I say, have been in control for the last 10 minutes, but Dale coming back into it now. Drawn to your point earlier, John, about us playing the harder teams at the beginning of pre-season and perhaps the easier teams at the end, that could be a masterstroke. Although if you look at teams that enter European competitions early, that tends to make them flag towards the end of the season. This Stockport County squad will be different because this is a full-time squad, and starting pre-season early I think is going to play to our advantage.
Yeah. Normally you would play the league sides later on in your preparation, but Jim unable to do that because they will have started their campaign, of course, early September with the Carabao Cup is their return. That's a good challenge from Keane. Bell, though, gives it away. That was sloppy from Niall Bell. It's back with Lynch, the goalkeeper for Dale. McShane. Gives it to Jimmy Ryan. Interesting position Ryan takes up, isn't it? Almost like a a sweeper. He's behind the two centre halves, isn't he, most of the time?
Plays very deep, or certainly is playing very deep at the moment, but very comfortable on the ball, John, and it's quite impressive to see the way Rochdale spray the ball around.
Shane, vast experience, 33 Island caps. Clocklin now into midfield for Matty Lund. McNulty, Dale now camped in the Hatters' half. Here's Newby, denied by the woodwork twice already in this game. Lund. Oh, it's a good interception from Williams. He knew that Lund was going to be caught off guard then. Very good interception. He's a little unlucky, didn't get more of a reward from that, but Dale back on the ball again with Jimmy Ryan. Over 450 senior appearances for him now. Player who came through the ranks at Liverpool.
Yeah, Jordan Williams, very unlucky there, John. He's working hard, playing on the left-hand side here, and Rochdale are in, offside.
It is an offside flag against Matt Doan, who joined from Sheffield United 3 years ago. Was part of Dale's promotion squad under Keith Hill. Also reached the 4th round of the FA Cup. This is actually his 3rd spell now with Rochdale. It's interesting how, again, we talked about the way that Jimmy Ryan sits deep, but also when you look at the front men, they've almost got a false 9, haven't they, in New, because he's quite deep as well, and there isn't really a centre forward as such for Ash Palmer to pick up.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think Rochdale up front are going to be winning many balls in the air today, but actually that's not the game. If you look at the way Newby picks up the ball and runs at the defenders, that's his game. He's going to beat people for speed and skill rather than brawn. But actually, Stockport County, one of the issues last year was not being able to win the ball in the air, and the forward line this year doesn't look particularly dominant aerially either. So maybe that's something that Jim will be looking at, because Niall Bell, for all his strength, doesn't really win many headers, and I think this is going to be a comfortable game. If we launch the ball long, I think it's going to be a comfortable game for Jim McNulty and Paul McShane, both of whom are very, very dominant aerially.
One other interesting change for the Hatters over the summer has been the dugouts. The old dugouts have been ripped out, and County's dugout is now near the
Williams
tunnel.
again winning the ball, John. Very aggressive play from Williams.
Crosses it well, and again it just evaded Niall Bell. Jim Gannon, you know, he's preparing a substitution here. Well, is it Jordan Williams who's going to make way?
It is Jordan Williams. I can only assume that's a knock, because for me, Jordan Williams has been, by some margin, Stockport County's most impressive player, and certainly up front has been the one who's been creating all the problems for Rochdale, and indeed carved out that opportunity 30 seconds before he's been brought off. He does seem to be limping on his left leg, actually.
Yeah, he's got a problem,
I wonder if
hasn't he?
he was carrying an injury beforehand, because Jim noticed it very quickly, and he's not gone to the dressing room.
So although it's not the number on the team sheet, that looks like Ethan Coleman that's come on, which would make sense. Ethan Coleman wearing 12. Say he's listed as 21 on the team sheet, but I'm sure that is Coleman. Dale in possession again. Well, that's unfortunate for Jordan Williams, isn't it? As you rightly said, John, he's caught the eye.
Yeah, unfortunate for Jordan. Also unfortunate for me. I was looking forward to watching him today, and he didn't disappoint. I was delighted to see the way he was battling for the ball, the way he was carving out opportunities, and as I said, he was Stockport County's best player in the early stages. But he's gone to sit in the stand, and one can only assume that he's picked up a knock of some kind.
So,
we paid a fee for him. I heard a rumour, John, it might have been £50,000, but whatever it was, in the 20 minutes he's played here, he looks like he's going to be one of our most important players this season. 30 minutes gone.
Yep, and we've got the first corner of the day.
Looking forward to watching the corner, John. Ashley Williams for me. Ashley Williams, heavens above. Ashley Palmer for me, the only decent aerial player we had last season, and again, I guess we'll be looking for him to win this one.
My apologies. It's Harvey Gilmore who's come on, of course, the new signing. He's getting his debut for the Hatters. So wearing 12 is Harvey Gilmore, replacing Jordan Williams after around half an hour of this one. So looking forward to seeing him as well. Another county debut, signed on a free from Tranmere on a short-term contract. And as I say, wearing 12, playing in that attacking midfield role.
John Rooney there with an important interception, John, to knock it out for a throw-in, because Rochdale could well have been through. He's working hard, Rooney, but not being on the ball much. I think he got the better looking half of the gene though from his brother Wayne.
Here's McNulty again, looking for that long diagonal towards Matty Doan. It's gone over the head of James Jennings. Doan just misjudged it though. He's kept it in play. Down by the corner flag, has McLaughlin in support. He'll square it here for Ryan. Ryan with a lovely disguised ball, but it's brilliantly intercepted and picked off on the edge of the box by Rooney, but he's overhit the pass towards Niall Bell, and that will be a throw-in to Rochdale over on the far side.
John, you were talking about the change in the dugout setup compared to last season. Is that a permanent thing where the dugouts have been put further up into the stand?
Yeah, well, I knew they were ordering new dugouts, so one assumes they will still be nearer the pitch, but the big change is that Jim Gannon's opted to move his dugout right by the players' tunnel, whereas previously it was the one furthest away. So an interesting change from the manager, and it looks as though those dugouts are going to be extended into that area, so we'll keep an eye on that over the summer.
One other thing for the fans at home, Rochdale came out from the pop side corner where it joins the Cheadle end. I assume there's some temporary changing rooms been established there for the away side, John. Yeah. Is that something that will be in place for the beginning of the season? Well, again, it's to do with COVID at the moment. They can't share the same tunnel, so they've got to access different changing facilities for now. So it is the new world. Let's hope it doesn't become the new normal, though. Dale on the ball, Tavares lets it run between his legs though. It's gone out for a throw-in on the far side to the Hatters. Fabio Tavares, the teenage Portuguese striker, a Rochdale lad, ended last season on loan at Curzon Ashton, only turned pro just over a year ago. County throw, far side, Liam Hogan to take. Going to be an influential figure for the Hatters this season, Hogan. It's interesting, looks as though he's got the captain's armband again for today's game. I did notice that, yeah. Hogan, probably a player's player, I would guess, in the dressing room, John. The other thing for me is he's got a long throw, and I would be a proponent of a long throw at this level. And the fact that he's playing right back makes it a little bit easier for him to take the long throws than it does when he's at centre half. Again, though, it comes back to the fact that you need a dominant header of the ball if that's going to be a key part of your tactics. Tavares on the move down the left. It's headed away by Hogan again, though. And volley clear by Jamie Stott. Rooney, first time ball, lovely backheel return, though, from Bell. Finding Rooney again. Connor Jennings, it was all a little tight for the former Tranmere man. He's lost the ball, and now Dale will break with Matty Doan, but James Jennings has come to the rescue. Just forced him back in field. Yeah, he's working hard, James Jennings. He's got his work cut out against Doan. Doan, very decent player with the ball at his feet, and James Jennings working hard and keeping him contained up to now, John. Still 0-0. Newby was on the move then, but Stott happy to pass him on to Jennings. Here's Lund, midfield for Dale. McShane. He's had a few pre-seasons, hasn't he, McShane? 34 years of age now, the Irish international. Newby, McLaughlin, Doan. Oh, Rathbone have made a terrific run through the middle then, but wasn't spotted. This is a good spell of possession though for the visitors. The League One outfit dominating the ball. Yeah,
back into their own half.
Still, as you say, John, had a few pre-seasons under his belt, now approaching 35, but still looks in great shape, as does Jim McNulty at the back for Rochdale.
Yeah, they've kept themselves fit through the years, which will always prolong your career. There's Jimmy Ryan. Good experience in this Dale side still, but with the financial issues, they may well be relying on more and more players from the academy who'll have worked under Mike Flynn, of course. The Stockport County legend who's on the coaching staff there. He's the academy coach working under Tony Ellis, another former county man.
Financial problems for Dale, John. I think at the lower levels of football, financial problems are going to be a significant portion of the news this season, I strongly suspect.
It's looking that way, isn't it?
Particularly non-league fans. Any confirmation of the kind of capacity will be allowed at Edgeley Park, John, for the beginning of the season?
No confirmation as yet, John. No, still waiting on that. So lots of rumours flying about, but nothing official. And I think that's why it's very difficult. People keep asking when a season ticket's going on sale, but it's very difficult without a fixture list and without a capacity. So I think County probably sensibly waiting. Here's Rathbone again. Good interception by the substitute, Gilmore. Looking forward to seeing Harvey Gilmore today. Oh, that's a poor touch from him, though. Gives it away to Newby. Newby finds Doan, and the Portuguese on the far side would have been the better option. He's gone for goal there, Matty Doan, but Tavares was in oceans of space on the inside left channel, but that all came from a sloppy ball given away by Gilmore in the middle of the park.
Yeah, and the problem is when you give the ball away, all the players around you are out of position, and Connor Jennings caught wrong side of the ball. Not his fault because the ball was given away, and Doan on his own is dangerous. Seems to be able to use both feet, right and left. Came inside there, decent strike with his left foot, just about a yard wide of Ben Hinchlife's right post.
It's an unusual vantage point for us today on the radio. We're normally on the opposite side of the ground in the press box. It's where I've watched the games from for 21 years. It's the first time I've even been in this country, I'll be dead honest. Climbing up that ladder though, John, I don't think I'll be repeating it too often.
Well, just to paint the picture for the fans at home, it is a superb view from the gantry on the far side, on the pop side, where the camera's set up, and it's a great place to do the commentary from. But as John said, I haven't got a head for heights, and it was a bit of a white knuckle experience for me climbing up the gantry.
Dale on the ball again. The cross into the box is turned behind by Hogan. It's the first corner of the day for the visitors.
James Jennings not happy. He thought there might have been an offside call there, but all of Rochdale's problems for Stockport County are coming down this right-hand side. James Jennings been working his socks off to try and keep them at bay.
Corner to Dale. It's a right-footed in-swinger. Richard Landon's had to go hunting for the match ball under the covers at the railway end.
He wasn't as quick up those steps as Roger Wilde used to be, John.
In-swinging corner is much too deep. Poor delivery. And that will be a goal kick to the Hatters. It remains 0-0.
That was a very poor cut, and probably not one that they've worked on in training. Yeah, I think it was Alex Newby who's been great on the ball up to now, but that corner just harmlessly drifting out on the far side, completely overhit. Talking about the COVID restrictions and what the size of the crowd will be allowed to be next year, John. Being 54, overweight and borderline diabetic, I'm hoping to get a stand of my own actually, so I'll be writing a letter in.
Here's McNulty to Ryan. Oh, it's well intercepted by the debutant Gilmore, finding Bell, who'll thread it through looking for Jennings. Jennings couldn't quite get there. Foul on McShane. Free kick to Dale inside their own penalty area. No malice from Jennings. It was just a ball he was always stretching to reach, but Harvey Gilmore, good interception and almost got County into a goal-scoring position. As yet, though, yet to have a shot.
Yeah, Harvey Gilmore did do well there, John, with the interception. Gave it to Niall Bell. Niall, lots of time on the ball and unfortunately just overhit it for Connor Jennings, and Jennings frustratingly gives the free kick away by stepping on the back of McShane. But as we come towards the end of this first half, John, Stockport County can be pleased. 5 minutes, 6 minutes to go till half time. Acquitted themselves very well against League One opposition, and it's been a very evenly balanced game.
Yep. Despite giving the ball away, I've got to say Harvey Gilmore has impressed me so far since coming on. He's only 21. As an offside flag comes to County's rescue there, but he's only 21, but you can see he's been at a higher level. He came through the ranks at Sheffield United, played over 30 games for Tranmere, was part of their side that was promoted to League One as well. Left Tranmere just a couple of days ago and signed a short-term deal with Stockport County.
Yeah, he looks fit, and he's the right age for this kind of squad as well, because Jim won't only be thinking about this season, John. He'll be thinking about future seasons.
Poor challenge from Hogan, far side, free kick Dale.
Again, Hogan showing his experience. Ollie Rathbone got away from him there. He's trouble on the ball, Rathbone, and Hogan wasn't going to let him get past him.
Here's McNulty, former County man.
Great judgment from Ben Hinchliffe there, coming to the corner of his 18-yard box to collect that through ball. He was already on the move as Jim McNulty was pulling his leg back to knock the ball forward, John. So Hinchliffe, he's been our best player since he came here in 2016, and is he 32 now, Hinchliffe?
Yeah.
So still probably got a couple of decent seasons in him.
It's a foul surely on Jennings by McLaughlin. He did well to win that free kick, didn't he? He knew if he ran across McLaughlin there was always a chance of contact.
He did, showing his experience. And John, again, with a nod to the fans at home, Ben Hinchliffe, the squad is mainly full-time this season, but I presume Ben is one of those who's perhaps kept a part-time role to some degree?
Full-time. He's signed full-time, as has Ash Palmer now. So the old part-time days are well and truly behind the Hatters now, and all the players are moving on full-time contracts. So big decision for the players, but Ben Hinchliffe said it was one that was easy to make. Jennings with the diagonal, climbing by Palmer, fairly obvious for the referee, on the back of Jimmy McNulty. Jimmy McNulty, of course, who played against Rochdale in that famous Wembley victory in 2008. As we said earlier, he moved on from County to Brighton. He didn't want to leave. He was really being sold just to try and balance the books. Of course, County were on the verge of a horrendous financial situation, about to go into administration. Tavares blocked by Hogan. Back to Doan to strike. What a block from Jennings. County's defenders working well then as a team, as a unit, to keep Dale out.
Hogan and Jennings were brilliant there, John. And just on Jim McNulty, when he went to Brighton, I remember that it might have been his first or second game, he got a freak injury from a corner and ended up having one of his kidneys removed.
That's right.
But continued to go on, and he's had a successful career for a decade, and how unlucky was he there? But yeah, nice to see him looking fit and healthy.
Needless foul by Jordan Keane on Alex Newby. Well, Newby hit the bar from this position early on in the game. As we come towards the end of the first half, he's not going to get involved this time though. They're taking it short. Rathbone back to Ryan. He might hit it though from distance. Ben Hinchliffe scrambles across and turns it round the post. It stays 0-0.
Yeah, that's a great save from Hinchliffe, John. I mean, the ball was struck from a long way out by Jimmy Ryan, but it was swerving in the air. Ben Hinchliffe watched it all the way and saved it at full length, touch it round the post. An exciting end to the first half.
Dale with their second corner of the day. This will be a left-footed in-swinger from Matty Doan. Crowded 6-yard box, goodness me. Goalkeeper Hinchliffe just can't get to the ball. It's too high again though. Drifts out for a goal kick on the opposite side. The County subs just warming up away to that far right-hand side.
Well, Rochdale's second corner of the game, John, and the second corner has been overhit and gone harmlessly out on the far side. So no prizes for guessing what the manager will have them working on in training next week.
Thomas the target this time. He's done well to feed it infield for Rooney. That's a foul on Niall Bell. Clumsy from McNulty. County free kick. Too far out for a shot, but there's an angle here.
I think he rather bought that free kick, Niall Bell, but makes no difference. It's a free kick to Stockport County.
Big men up from the back, Palmer and Hogan moving forward with real purpose, as is Jamie Stott.
Forgive me, John, I said Ash Palmer was dominant in the air, but Hogan as well is a decent player in the air as well. Forgive what I said earlier.
Rooney's set piece. It's comfortably cleared by the Dale back line. Initially, they played themselves back into trouble though. Thomas putting pressure on the defender Keighren, but it's beautifully dealt with. Goal kick to Rochdale, 0-0.
Jordan Keane with a brave header there as the ball broke out from the corner, headed it back into the area, and we were unlucky not to get the break there. He's played his usual game, Jordan Keane. He's quiet, works hard, breaks things up in front of the defence, and I think he's had a great game. Adam Thomas has been quiet on the right-hand side for Stockport.
Offside against Tavares, free kick.
Again, holding the line well there, the experienced back four, John. It looks like a very reliable, solid back four, doesn't it? Hogan, Palmer, Jamie Stott, and James Jennings, very experienced back four, and they've held that Rochdale attack at bay very effectively in the first half. Still 0-0.
Adam Thomas again the target. Beautiful ball by Hinchliffe. Thomas goes to ground and he gets the free kick as well. The linesman made the decision rather than the referee, I think.
Poor Jim McNulty looks extraordinarily frustrated with the linesman. Again, in the way that Niall Bell bought a free kick 3 minutes ago, I think Adam Thomas has just bought one as well. But part of the game these days.
It's a great position. So Rooney again the set piece specialist, but he's walking away and leaving this one to Gilmore, the new boy.
See what Gilmore's like from dead ball, John.
So Harvey Gilmore, former Tranmere man. And again, centre halves up from the back. Hogan and Palmer lurking with intent. Palmer's the target, doesn't quite reach him. In fact, Niall Bell may have actually taken it away from him.
Well, you'd have to live in a parallel universe, see what would have happened had Niall Bell not got the top of his head to that. But had he have left it, Gilmore had almost put a perfect ball in for the best header of the ball on the pitch, Ash Palmer, and I can't help thinking that would have been 1-0. Great play from Gilmore, inch perfect cross. Stockport County very unlucky not to get something there.
Well, it's so far good game, good opposition. It's been pretty enjoyable.
It's been a great game, John, and I hope for the viewers at home they feel the same. It's fantastic to see some live football, and for the viewers at home I hope they're enjoying seeing a game as well. It's not quite the same without the crowd, it has to be said.
It's a brave header from Adam Thomas in the build-up here. Hogan plays it down the line, a little too heavy. Keighren, McNulty, back out to that left-hand side. And the visitors can bring it away with Ryan. Long raking diagonal ball for McLaughlin to chase, perfectly weighted. McLaughlin inside now to Lund. Lund looking for Tavares, who's in here, little side foot volley. Well, he didn't know whether to try and take the pace off it or smash it with his right, and in the end he took the pace off it and steered it wide. It was a great ball into him. But Tavares, really good opportunity to open the scoring, but it stays 0-0.
You described that perfectly, John. You could almost see Tavares changing his mind as the ball floated over his right shoulder, changed his mind from volleying it with his right to trying to control it with his left. And in the end, the control with his left was a little bit clunky, and it rolled harmlessly off his left foot out for a goal kick.
Well, almost at half-time now. It's been an absorbing first 45. Jim Gannon again might be disappointed at the lack of attempts on goal. County yet to test the goalkeeper, yet to have a shot in anger really. But defensively, they've stood up well to an aggressive Rochdale attack. And it is difficult when they play with a false nine like this. Two wide attackers and then Alex Newby just playing almost in the hole without anyone able to pick him up. It's been quite a test.
after a bright start for Rochdale, they were very dominant in the first 10 minutes, John. Stockport County have come back into it, and it's been quite an even game. Arguably in the last half an hour, Stockport County have had the lion's share of possession and the control of the game. One interesting thing about watching a game at Edgeley Park with no fans is that you can hear everything Jim Cannon says to the referee, which has been a source of entertainment for me, at least in the first half.
Jennings, good feet from Connor Jennings. Carries the ball to the right-hand side, gets it back from Hogan. I'm not sure he really wanted it, but he dealt with it superbly. Gilmore, first time to Jennings. Connor Jennings, that is. James, I should say. Connor Jennings just inside. James flicks it round the corner. Referee almost blew for a free kick, but saw there was an advantage, allows play to go on. It's Adam Thomas on the right wing. He's got Rooney in support. John Rooney with a chance to cross. Played in first time, too close to goalkeeper Lynch, and it stays 0-0.
Unlucky, he got a deflection off the defender there, but Rooney's worked hard this half, John. He's not been on the ball a lot, but he's worked very hard. Getting the Jennings brothers mixed up, that won't be the last time that happens this season. Thinking back Stockport County brothers in the past, is the Herds the last two brothers to play at the same time for Stockport? Can you think of any others?
That's the Herd brothers here. Sure we had the Herd brothers.
Yeah, David and Alex Herd, certainly. Were they the last pair of brothers to play, do you think?
May well be. There's one for Twitter, isn't it?
Marcus Heap will be correcting us over half time, so we'll soon know. Before you go into your research, Marcus, James and Joe Connor did not play at the same time.
McLaughlin, right side, finding Doe. County trying to shepherd this one out successfully, and the whistle goes for half-time. We'll get the views of John Whelan in just a moment, but half-time here in this pre-season friendly, absorbing but so far goalless. It's County 0, Rochdale 0. And welcome back to Edgeley Park. It is the second half of the pre-season friendly between Stockport County and Rochdale. We are live, of course, on County's YouTube channel. And wholesale changes by Jim Gannon for this second half. We're just looking around. I don't think any position is untouched. It's a totally new 11 for this second 45 minutes. And why do you think the manager's doing that at this stage, John? Why do you think he wants to make such wholesale changes?
Yeah, I have heard Jim Gannon talk in the past about some of the full-time teams you compete against, and often they have two squads to choose from. And I think what Jim Gannon's looking to do is make sure that he's got competition in every position, and a squad of 22 is probably what he thinks you need to get promoted. 22 players are all capable of holding a first team place, so that is what I think the logic would be.
Well, probably the interesting one is the change in goal, where Josh Barnes, who's a trialist, former Derby County man, is in the action, so it'll be interesting to see him this afternoon.
And Ian Ormson, John, has been released. Do you know where he ended up?
I don't. Funny enough, I was just talking about him yesterday, and I don't know where he's ended up, but we'll endeavour to find out, because he's been a great servant to the club, of course, through the years. A real loyal servant, yeah. He was an understudy probably for a good decade. Yeah, he's been a terrific player for the Hatters. Times move on, of course, and County now looking for a new reserve goalkeeper. Here's Alex Reid, just losing possession in the middle of the park there. I'll try and run through the County 11 for you shortly, but it's a very interesting back four, I've got to say. Jordan Downing at right back, Paul Turnbull alongside Lewis Maynard as centre halves now, and Mark Kitching has come on at left back, so you could argue two defensive midfielders playing at centre half now. Yeah, and Rochdale have changed all but two of their team as well, I think, John. Jim McNulty's still on. McNulty's still out there. I think Lynch, the goalkeeper, has survived as well, but major changes for them as well. So, very interesting to see the manager putting his his midfielders in at centre half. It's Rochdale on the ball on the far side. They're kicking from right to left now as we look at it. A long raking diagonal over to this left touchline.
Really nice to see Darren Stevenson on, John. All Stockport fans will be hoping he's made a complete recovery from that shocking injury he had last season that led to him. I think he missed the whole of the season. Did he get the injury
indeed.
in pre-season?
Yeah, well, yeah, he did, and it's hampered him ever since. It was great to see him back last weekend, and he'll be hoping to continue with his recovery.
Still only 27, Darren Stevenson, so theoretically just approaching the prime of his career.
Yeah, absolutely right. Ball cleared here by the goalkeeper Barnes. Josh Barnes, released by Derby's under-23s earlier this summer.
It was a mighty goal kick from Barnes there.
Yeah.
So at the moment, John, I think I'm right in saying that Ben Hinchliffe is the only goalkeeper in the Stockport County squad.
Yeah, the only one registered and signed with the club yet.
This Rochdale team for the second half looks very young.
Yeah, I think you're going to see quite a few of Mike Flynn's academy players in this second 45. As the ball's played forward, gives us a chance now to run through County's 11 for this second half now. Josh Barnes in goal, back four of Jordan Downing, Paul Turnbull, Lois Maynard and Mark Kitching. In midfield, Alex Reid is on that left-hand side at the moment. We've got Harvey Gilmore, Ethan Coleman, trialist who was released by Reading in the summer, Darren Stevenson and Richie Bennett completing the County 11 for this second 45 minutes. Here is Reid just turning the ball back to Kitching, getting the return again from midfield. Just look at, Sam Walker, I missed out in that 11 as well. Sam Walker's on, isn't he? Just spotted him over on that far side. So wholesale changes for County.
Interesting that Jim is giving Paul Turnbull and Sam Walker the chance to stay fit, but do you think there's a chance he may find room for them in the squad, John?
Well, I guess they may be hoping that with these the monthly deals that they've been handed, it is a distinct possibility, one imagines.
I thought Sam Walker had a great season, actually. I know he's a little bit older. I think, is he 34 now, Sam Walker?
33 now.
33.
Yeah, Walker's actually replaced Gilmore, hasn't he, who's not come out for the second half. But here come Dale, pushing forward down that left-hand side. Great challenge, edge of the box. And then the snapshot from the edge of the area goes wide of the target. But that was a super bit of defending from Ethan Coleman there. That could have been pretty costly.
Coleman there, very brave, standing up and blocking the shot. But a sprightly start from this young Rochdale team at the second half. As John was saying, both teams substantially changed at half-time, which often happens in pre-season games, and might take a few minutes for the game to settle down. But Rochdale starting this half the way they started the first half, by having most of the play.
Yeah, it was a good run, wasn't it, by Quadwo Barr, the teenager, to set up that opportunity. And County fortunate to survive. But it is a significantly younger Rochdale side now. Although the old man, McNulty's still there, but he's just had his pocket picked by County's Richie Bennett. Bennett, a real strapping figure up front for the Hatters now. Good focal point for the attack as Reid tries to get the cross in. Flicks off his shins though and goes behind for, or goes out rather, for a throw-in to Dale on the far side.
I like the look of Bennett in these early stages, John. Yeah, like you say, big strapping centre forward, not afraid either. Working hard, and it'd be nice to see him get a bit of success in his belt early doors. I think we signed him from Port Vale, if that's right.
That's right, yeah. Here's Ethan Briley, an academy midfielder, yet to make his debut for Rochdale.
So as you say, a few of Mike Flynn's academy players from Rochdale on display. I presume he's here today, is he, John? Have you
One would
seen
assume, I haven't seen him. If he is here, he'd be on the other side to us, so difficult to know. But yeah, he would normally take a keen interest in this fixture, I'm sure. You can hear Ewan O'Connell shouting high line for Dale here. He's come on to partner McNulty at the back, replacing McShane. County on the ball though with Stevenson on the right wing. Stevenson, does he want a corner? The linesman flags for a goal kick.
Stumbled over the ball there, Darren Stevenson. You were willing him to have the confidence to come inside and have a run, but unfortunately the ball just squirmed away from him.
Broke his leg, as you rightly said, John, 12 months ago now, and it's been such a long road back for him. And officially still not contracted to County for the new season, but I think there'll be a conversation, I'm sure, further down the line. Here is O'Connell for Rochdale with that long raking diagonal out to the left hand side. The fullback on the overlap, just trying to control it there and get it down, but unable to do so. He's a trialist, the number 3. We haven't been handed his name. So Rochdale sticking with this formation, a 4-3-1-2. County pretty much matching them as well. To throw in to Dale on this near side.
Linesman not helping the referee out there. Johnny couldn't work it. The ball did come off Darren Stevenson's head, so the right decision reached in the end.
Yeah. Here's McNulty again, controls it with his right, delivers it with his left to O'Connell. Over to right hand side. That's a clever ball down the inside right channel, just too much on it. The chase was on then for Dooley, but he was never going to get there.
Unusual to see Paul Turnbull in the centre half position, but he looks in good shape, John. He's obviously not missed pre-season training despite being out of contract, and still relatively young. I know he started his career early. I think he made his debut at 16, didn't he? He might only be 31 years old now.
Yeah.
Oh, well played.
A bit of a mix-up there, and it almost proved costly as Reid was lurking on the edge of the box. The goalkeeper and centre-half, O'Connell, who's now got the captain's armband, getting in each other's way.
Well, Reid chased hard there, John. Nice to see him putting pressure on the centre-half, and that's sometimes what happens when you gamble. You put pressure on the defence, and they may come forced errors. And yeah, a bright start from Reid here. I think we signed him on a free from Stevenage, if that's right.
Yep, Alex Reid, a 1-year contract, had loans with Ebbsfleet and Dagenham and Redbridge last season, scored 11 goals in 23 starts with those two teams, so knows where the back of the net is. Interesting, he's over on that left wing at the moment. He does like to come off that left side. Meanwhile, on the Rochdale right, Tavares asking questions, but Keighren stands firm. The big left back up to Bennett, chests it down for Reid. There's Keighren now back into midfield.
Keighren impressive there, John, the way he held the ball and held the attacker off to get the ball away. So plenty of options in defence for Jim Gannon as you look at the 22 players who he's had on the pitch today.
Yeah. Nice to see Alex Keighren out there as well. You mentioned injuries. Of course, he's another one who's had a horrific time with injuries. Went on loan to FC United and broke his leg in January. So to see him back playing as quick as this, the powers of recovery are good with Keighren. Here's McNulty again. It's an ambitious ball, easily dealt with by Keighren. Heads it clear. It'll come back though. Here's Mielowski. Picked up in midfield by Ethan Briley. Briley, slight figure, academy midfielder. Switching the play beautifully, though, to the opposite touchline. And Rochdale passing it around nicely. Keighren back to O'Connell. McNulty. McNulty bringing it forward. I thought he fancied a goal at his former club there for a moment, but didn't come to anything. County win the free kick on the edge of their own penalty area. It was interesting how we talked to Jim last week about changing his team at half-time and said, does that mean the first half team is your first choice team? And he said, well, yeah, that's what it is. And the players who come on in the second half have really got the work cut out to prove a point. And I think they did that against Fleetwood last weekend.
Yeah, 2-0 at half-time last week and 2-0 at the final whistle. So arguably the second stringers did a better job.
Caught in possession there, Ethan Coleman, the former Reading man.
Pretty clear to see today, John, that Jim's starting 11 though is his preferred 11.
Milovski finding Barr. This is a chance now. This could be the opener. Good save by Ben Hinchliffe. And on the rebound though,
it's John Barnes in that. It's
by Barnes, I should say. Nothing he could do with the rebound as it came back off Tavares and almost apologetically lands in the back of the net. Surging run though, wasn't it, by Kwadwo Barr initially. His shot well saved by Barnes, but he could do nothing about the rebound. And it's Dale who take the lead.
Well, you have to say, John, if you're being harsh on young Jordan Downing, that I think I do remember he played a game last season and he got caught for pace in that game. He got caught for pace there as well, and there was no way he was going to catch. There was no way he was going to catch the number 22. You'll have to forgive me. I don't know his name.
Yeah, Kwadwo Barr. Yeah.
Kwadwo Barr. He got the ball at his feet. Obviously, a quick lad, and I'm afraid Jordan Downing just didn't have the legs for him, and he made a great run and then finished it off in the end. Josh Barnes, the keeper that's on trial, unlucky. Had a great first save with his feet, but just couldn't keep out the rebound. So unfortunately we're 1-0 down.
Just on famous brothers, of course, the Pilkingtons and the Rose in more recent times, playing for Stockport County. Tommy and Danny, how could we forget them?
Oh, heavens above. I'm sure Marcus, did you get a text from Marcus Heap?
Lindsay Hewitt kindly sent me a message. Well done, Lindsay.
It won't surprise you to know that I've had a long text from the historian Marcus Heap, who's listed all the brothers who played for Stockport County. So in the next breaking play, I'll read out Marcus's text for the education of all of us.
Ooh, that's a late one, middle of the park by Lund. Free kick to the Hatters.
Apparently, John, we had the Riley brothers who played in the very early Heaton Norris days, the Hegarty brothers in 1905-06. They didn't play together in the first team, apparently.
So County trailing by a goal to nil. Matty Lund, the goal scorer. So Josh Barnes, the trialist goalkeeper, will feel a little unlucky with the goal because he did well to save the initial effort. But it's the goal scorer who's leaving the pitch now. Lund goes off. And I think it's Harrison Hopper who's come on to replace him.
If any historians are still following, in World War I we had Albert and Tommy Waterall, Jack and Jimmy Mitten, and thank you very much Marcus Heap, the Stockport County historian, never far away from the action.
Here's Barr again, 17-year-old, looking to play a 1-2 with Milovski, but didn't come off. Milovski turns it back to McNulty. We'll think about the cross from here perhaps. Squares it instead to Milovski again. Terrible ball given away to Downing. Downing with the clearance down this near touchline.
While we're on the subject, John, the Pilkington brothers may well have played together as well.
Yeah. So Dale on the ball again. They certainly deserve their lead. They've been the better side. They've asked questions of County's two goalkeepers this afternoon.
Good, and Downing settling down with two big clearances there from the youngster playing at number 20. 6'4", so certainly doesn't lack height.
Dale now really starting to pass the ball around neatly. Here's Barr again. Oh, he skips away from Downing, runs into a formidable challenge though from Ethan Coleman. Good tackle from Coleman, alert to the danger, spotted that Downing had been beaten. But Kwadwo Barr, he looks a player, German-born striker, signed a 2-year scholarship in September of 2019. You probably don't recognise the name, but you will remember this incident. He was a junior at Crystal Palace many years ago, and back in October of 2016 he was a ball boy against West Ham United and famously refused to give the ball back to Lucas Fabianski, and it was all over the media at the time, as he didn't like the delaying tactics of West Ham, and Fabianski was a culprit, and Kwadwo Barr just refused to give him the ball.
Where do you pick these anecdotes up, Mr. Keighren? That's a fantastic story.
It's Dale on the ball again. Briley to O'Connell. O'Connell bringing it forward down the inside right channel. It'll be it was almost going for a corner, but Josh Barnes did well just to keep that in play. County playing catch-up, trailing by a goal to 0 midway through the second half.
Unlucky from Reid. Great ball forward.
Yeah, Jim Gannon was really pleased to make that signing of Alex Reid, getting him from Stevenage. He's a player with a bit of pedigree, came through the ranks at Aston Villa, joined them as a 10-year-old. So he's quite experienced as well, had a spell in Sweden, played for Fleetwood as well. Now here's Barr again, trying to use his pace. It was a very good challenge again by Coleman to flick the ball away from Barr. Had to be alert.
Yeah, he's causing a few problems with his pace, Barr, and
quick, isn't he?
Where the first goal came from, Stockport County 1-0 down to Rochdale, and Barr continuing to be the attacking threat for Rochdale.
Left wing now, Bennett. Beaten in the air by O'Connell. Throw into Rochdale, far side, just in front of the players' tunnel. And Dale are, I think, going to make a double change themselves now. The linesman was ready, but the referee didn't spot it, so play continues. Bennett, good feet. Keighren takes over, everything to his right. Cross is deflected and cleared by Rochdale. What a great ball, looking for Tavares that time. County on the ball, left side with Reid. Reid's cross, oh, Bennett checked his run there.
So unlucky, that was a good move from Stockport County, moved the ball quickly, and Reid got the ball in first time, and just on a slightly different wavelength, I think, to Bennett. But that was a good move from Stockport County, promising, and Sam Walker in the thick of it.
Bennett, Stevenson just overruns the ball. Jimmy McNulty going down easily, but it was a foul. Free kick to Dale.
Yeah, he bought the foul there a bit, Jim McNulty, but experienced defending there.
Change here then for Rochdale. Tavares, I think it is, who's gone off. And the other change is Jimmy McNulty leaving the field. And Keaton Mulvey will replace him. Don't think he's seen it yet. But the board is up and his number's up.
I think he's coming off the pitch this
coming
side,
off this
John.
Side,
yeah. Although whether that rule should apply in a pre-season friendly, I'm not sure. But maybe Jim McNulty enjoying absorbing the atmosphere from his old haunt of Edgeley Park and savouring the view as he walks around the pitch.
Keith Mulvey's actually a striker, so he'll be coming on really for Tavares. Ethan Briley just dropping back into defence at the moment. Here's the trialist at left back. Turns it back to Barr. Cross is well blocked by Downing. County have been on the back foot for a little while now, the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't got a player really that's dominating the game in midfield who can either break it up or put the foot on the ball and use it, but there's a break on here. There
is indeed. It's great work down this inside right channel. It's a lovely cross towards Bennett as well, but it flicked away by the defender. But super work by Ethan Coleman. Coleman, who was released by Reading's under-23s last month.
Coleman's very impressive there. Nice turn of speed as well, John, and knocked a great ball in. Very unlucky that the centre-half got his head to it just before Bennett was able to get his head to it. He was on the 18, he was on the penalty spot, so it looked for all the world like that could have been a goal.
Yeah, it looks very comfortable though. And again, perhaps one for Jim to consider. Rochdale on the ball again. Here's Stephen Dooley pushing forward, but it's good skill from Downing. He's rather played Walker into trouble though.
It was the kind of skill you don't expect to see from a 6'4" centre half. Steps over and used the back of his heel to wrong foot the attacker, and just spoil it with a short ball. But Sam Walker bought the foul, and Stockport County with a free kick in their own half.
Dale on the ball with Keighren. The referee stopping play though because Bennett's struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, he just got a knock on his head. He's fine though. He's a big strapping lad.
Yeah, Richie Bennett, signed from Port Vale, again a significant fee back in March, signing a 2.5-year deal with the Hatters. Again, a player like Jordan Williams who's worked with Jim Gannon before when he was at Northwich, scored 44 goals in 2 years for Northwich Vicks under Jim Gannon, won the Cheshire Senior Cup as well.
And going back, John, to what we were discussing at half-time about the strength in depth of the squad, transfer fees paid, I would strongly suspect that our wage bill compares favourably with the likes of Salford when they got promoted.
Long diagonal header over the top, has hit the crossbar. Super header. Great ball from Morley initially to pick out Keighren on the overlap there, and the fullback getting forward, and for the third time today, Dale denied by the woodwork.
Yeah, well, I think Josh Barnes, the Loney goalkeeper, was very relieved to see that ball hit the bar. He was well beaten with what you might describe as a speculative header from the edge of the 6-yard box on the right hand side.
Late one on Turnbull.
Actually, slightly embarrassed to say, John, I don't think Paul Turnbull was caught there. We all heard the shout though. Free kick. I think it was the trailing leg, wasn't it, of the on-rushing attacker, and he's just caught it as he went to clear the ball. You could hear the cry of anguish from Turnbull. Made a quick recovery though. I think he'll be all right for the start of the season.
County free kick, and it's the young goalkeeper to take it. Josh Barnes, 22, had a loan spell with Farsley last season. Made 2 appearances in the National League in 2017 with Eastleigh as well, so he's got experience at this level.
Something else I've noticed about Barnes, 22, great age to have a reserve keeper who'd be 22. I mean, he's whoever comes in, he's not going to displace Ben Hinchliffe, but he's got an enormous dead ball kick, very similar to Hinchliffe, which at the standard we'll be playing, the long ball from the goalkeeper is a big part of the game.
So Rochdale still leading by a goal to 0. They have twice hit the bar and once hit the post. And although they've probably been the better side, they deserve the lead. I think if those 3 had gone in, it would have put a rather strange complexion to the scoreline.
Interesting way of looking at it, yeah.
Good ball to Stevenson. Stevenson's first touch was poor though, and Dale back on it. Sam Walker regains possession though for the Hatters. Here's Coleman again for County. Back to Sam Walker, the linchpin in midfield at the moment. Walker, left side, is Kitching back to Maynard. Turnbull taking over, playing as a centre half in this second 45 minutes, and he's picked out Reid beautifully. It's Reid! He snatched at the shot at the end, the goalkeeper with a comfortable save, but well, County have waited a long time. It's their first shot in the game.
Well, Reid was a bit unlucky there. As he brought the ball down, I think it caught him on the shin rather than on the foot, and he had to snatch very much at his shots and didn't quite hit it properly. In the end, a comfortable save for the keeper, but Alex Reid getting himself into a decent place.
So, County denied, but Alex Reid, his first touch was superb to bring that ball under control, but he just rather snatched at the shot then. Coleman to Stevenson. On the overlap is Jordan Downing. He might have to cross this first time and didn't really connect. Here's Turnbull again. What a ball it was from Turnbull to set up that chance for Reid. He's overrun this one. County getting the decision. Throw in near side. Still 1-0 to Rochdale. Downing with the throw. Hurls it down the line to Bennett, who flicks it on, looking for Stevenson. Stevenson trying to get in behind, but on the cover was O'Connell. Turnbull heads it back where it came from, picks out Reid again. Alex Reid again, a good first touch, trying to manufacture the opening for the shot, and again it's a tame effort on target, but straight at the goalkeeper.
Got some strength there, Reid, though. He was holding off the attacker who was aggressively trying to nudge the ball out of the way. Reid held him off, span well. Perhaps the better ball would have been to knock it to the left where Sam Walker made a great run, but his shot was had the weight taken out of it by the defender's block and ran harmlessly through to the goalkeeper.
Substitute.
But Alex Reid looks like a strong player, John.
It's going to be a substitution shortly for County. O'Connell. Over to the right for Dooley. Northern Irish winger. Coming in off the line this time, finding Brierley. Mielowski. Brierley spots the movement to the right-hand side, but overhits the pass, and now County can make this change. And the board showing that it's the number 19, is it, that's moving over to the touchline? Alex Curran, I think, who's coming off.
So Curran's not had long, but it's not like you say, John. He was really unlucky with a leg break.
Yeah.
He went to FC United on loan last season. He's only 20, I think.
Yeah.
Nice to see him get some minutes on the pitch.
And Finlay Stanier, by the way, is the player who's come on to replace him. Called up from the academy for today's game. Alan Lord, by the way, is here to watch his former charges. And Finlay Stanier put into the squad really because of a knock to Sam Minihan in training. So a bit more cover at right back with Stanier in the squad. Dale on the front foot again. Dooley running at the County back line, leaves it for Barr. Barr now with a chance inside the penalty area. What can he do from here? Little step over, gets it onto his stronger right foot, shoots goalwards, but it's well saved by Barnes, diving low to his left-hand side. It stays 1-0.
Yeah, Barr very right-footed again. He's where the dangers come from for Rochdale throughout this half, but I think the defenders have worked out that although he's playing on the left, heavily right-footed, and generally is always coming inside, which makes it easier for the defender.
Yeah. So the arrival of Stanier will allow Jim Gannon to make a little change here, because Stanier now can play at right back. Downing can move to centre half, and that allows Turnbull to push forward into midfield now. So still a back four for County, with Kitching at left back. Maynard still at centre half, but Downing now at centre half, his more natural position. And Finlay Stanier getting his first touch here. It's a good one. clearing his lines well. Darren Stevenson has his pocket picked, and here's Aaron Morley now, one of the many substitutes this afternoon, finding another one in Dooley. Dooley signed on a free from Coleraine a couple of years ago, played in the Irish Cup final when he was just 16 years of age. Here's Barr again, inside the box on his right foot.
Oh,
well blocked by Stanya. He read the danger well that time, knew what Barr wanted to do and didn't allow him to do it. He's made 10 appearances for the first team, Kwadwo Barr, yet to score, but he looks a talent. He's got that turn of pace as well, which always terrifies defenders. Here he is on the ball again. Back to halfway for Kasper Mielowski. Mielowski to Morley, the centre half, who's come on for Jimmy McNulty. Squares it for O'Connell. O'Connell through the gap to Mielowski again. Out to the left wing, back to Mielowski. County defending well. Downing squares it for Lewis Maynard. Could be a big player for County this season, Maynard.
Looks very comfortable on the ball, John. You're right, Maynard.
It's County signing him from Salford, of course, in the January transfer window.
Yeah, strength in depth at the back for County, and actually since that substitution's been made and Jordan Downing has moved to centre half, and as you say, Stanya moving to right back, there looks to be a more natural balance about this Stockport County defence now.
Well, Wayne Rooney's brother might have gone off, but it's Marcus Rashford's cousin who's come on in Lewis Maynard. Here's Walker out to the left side. Chance to cross here for Kitching. It's a good ball as well. It was a difficult one for Turnbull. He was a former striker, of course, in his younger days. Played as a centre forward. Downing stepping out of defence. He's got to keep the ball though if you do that, and he's done it.
He's brilliant there.
Great skill from Downing.
Fantastic.
Stevenson down the right wing this time, getting his cross in hard and low. Cleared by Morley. Dale in possession on the edge of their own box. Mielowski. Very composed. Morley through the gap to Briley. This time it's Harrison Hopper bringing the ball away. Dooley.
Jordan Downing with an important interception again there, John. Looks a different player when he's put at centre half, actually. It's nice to see that change has been made. He looks a lot more comfortable. An important interception there. So Lewis Maynard is Marcus Rashford's cousin.
He is indeed. Here he is on the ball. Maynard delivering a long diagonal towards Darren Stevenson, just a little too high for Stevenson, who possibly misjudged the flight of that one and is having to work hard to try and win it back. Nice little touch there from Briley. Always wanting the ball, Briley, this young academy midfielder. He's playing the Jimmy Ryan role, if you like, just dropping in almost as an additional centre half, spraying the passes around. Coleman's impressed me this second half, the trialist. Ball over the top for Reid to chase. O'Connell's got a bit of pace about him as well, but Reid is strong, very strong, and he's won the ball, and it could be one apiece here. It's saved initially, comes out to Turnbull, great block by O'Connell, corner to County. Much, much better from the Hatters.
So unlucky there, Alex Reid. A great run, out muscling the centre half, and then unfortunately the ball just wouldn't sit down in time for him, and there was a blocking, and then Turnbull on the follow-up, his shot was deflected over for a Stockport County corner. But again, coming back to the formation, you can see Paul Turnbull's been pushed forward into midfield now, come out of that centre half position. There's a much more natural balance to the Stockport County team, and it's no coincidence that we've taken control of the game since Jim changed the formation.
So County's second corner of the day, Paul Turnbull to take right-footed in swing, and there's the header and there's a save. Great effort from Stevenson, great save from Lynch, diving low to his left. Yeah,
great corner from Paul Turnbull. You know, the experience there of an experienced player taking a dead ball kick there from the corner, and you know they're generally going to find a great pass, and indeed Paul Turnbull did there. Stevenson unlucky with his flick on at the near post and well held by the goalkeeper.
And the other thing that will give Jim real encouragement is County finishing the game strongly against League One opposition.
I've also noticed that Maynard and Downing have switched places. Maynard now left-hand side centre half and Maynard right centre half. So lots of switching around, and the players look comfortable. Taking a centre half and making them play fullback is always a difficult ask, John, in my opinion. Although in the first half we saw that Liam Hogan did it very well. Liam Hogan's a more naturally versatile player. But a 6'4" centre half, putting them fullback is perhaps asking a little bit too much. But Jordan Downing's looked great since he moved to centre half.
Well, although Dale have scored in this half, I think Jim Gannon again, like last week, might be more impressed with the performance in the second half. Here's Keighren down the left, the cross towards Reid again. And if you think, County didn't have a shot in the first half, they've had 5 in this second 45 minutes.
Interesting statistic.
Much more of a threat going forward. Alex Reid has caused problems for this Dale defence. Darren Stevenson going close to that flicked header. Free kick to County near side. Coleman brought down again, and he's been a real positive as well in this second half.
Yeah, he's had a great game, John.
Dale have just got an injury concern in the middle of the park here. Players requiring treatment, so there'll be a little stoppage whilst this is sorted out. Hope it's nothing too serious. You don't want to pick up an injury at this time of the campaign before you've even got going.
Just looks a strain. Paul Turnbull's going to take this free kick from the right-hand side.
Yeah, he's done well, Paul Turnbull, since coming on. The corner, of course, which he whipped in, which allowed Stevenson to get his header in, which Jay Lynch saved well. But also the pass earlier on in this half, which Alex Reid controlled brilliantly. Look at Turnbull, he's just indicating here that he's looking for Richie Bennett, I think. He's going to try and bend this one in behind those high defending Rochdale players. It is a high line as well.
So when you look at teams that get promoted, John, you've usually got a couple of players who get 20 goals there or thereabouts, and Jim Gannon's going to be quite pleased with his squad. I think he's got a lot of options all over the field. I think the challenge will be making sure that we get enough goals, that we get somebody who hits form. Second pre-season friendly against league opposition is always going to be a challenge, but Jim will have noted the fact that we've not got a goal yet.
Turnbull's set piece doesn't clear the front man
in either of those games, but he won't be too concerned. There's a lot of attacking options.
Stevenson again strong, pulled Mielowski back there. The referee didn't see it. County have got the throw in. Turnbull to take. Still 1-0 to the visitors. Lund with the goal. He's since gone off, of course, Matty Lund. Ooh, Downing just helping it on. Finding Lois Maynard. Very direct from Maynard, a surging run from the halfway line. Cross from Keighren has gone behind County's front men. The Hatters pick it up again, though, with Turnbull. Turns it back to halfway for Stanier. Stanier with a brilliant diagonal ball. What an effort that is to find Keighren. He's very unlucky. Good attempt from Stanier, and good to see him with the confidence to try that.
That was unfortunate, John. You don't know how old Stanier is. He's playing right back from the youth team, do you?
He'll be 17, won't he?
He looks like he could be quite an interesting player. I like his composure on the ball, the way he reads the game.
Oh, good tackle from Jordan Downing.
Yeah, Jordan Downing, he's had a great 30 minutes.
Yeah. Nice touch again from Stanier, kills the ball dead and holds off Barr. Turns it back to his goalkeeper, Josh Barnes. Josh Barnes up towards Bennett. Bennett with, I thought he was going to flick that on then. He had runners beyond him. Keighren. Here's the impressive Coleman again. Got 3 for company, but manages to win the throw-in off one of them.
Did well to win the throw-in, yeah.
He was in a cul-de-sac.
Just coming back to Stanya, I'd like to see a bit more of him this season. You can tell he's still developing as a player, but his composure on the ball and the way he snuffed Bar out of the game since he came on augurs well for the lad's future. But right back is probably the one position where Jim maybe thinks he needs to strengthen.
Ball into the box again. Reed, this time he was held at bay by the fullback. But real food for thought from this second 45 minutes again for Jim Gannon. Maynard had to clear that one.
He's all right, he's on
Two sniffing for any slip at all. Bennett controls on his left foot, giving it away. Briley, the long raking diagonal out to the right wing for Mulvey. Mulvey running at Maynard, running past Maynard, squaring it now to Barr, who helps it on to Mielowski. Mielowski's shot from the corner of the box. Tame effort, comfortable save.
Yeah, that was a good break from Rochdale. Long ball over the top and well saved in the end by Josh Barnes, who has impressed in this half, John. Not just because of his shot stopping, but his distribution of the ball as well, and that'll be something Jim will be looking for from his goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was very unlucky with the goal, wasn't he? He made a terrific save initially from the first effort from Kwadwo Bar, but nothing you could do about the follow-up from Matty Lund, and it just trickled past him, unfortunately, into the bottom corner. Very unlucky.
And if a deal can be reached, with Josh Barnes, who's on trial in the goalkeeping position, that solves another issue for Jim, well ahead of the beginning of the season. And of course, that's another reason why starting pre-season so early is such an advantage. You're not scraping around for last-minute signatures just at the beginning of the season. Jim's got far more time than his peers to sort out his squad, get deals sorted out, and he won't be chasing around for signatures as we approach the beginning of the season. He'll be more worried about his formation.
Sam Walker chasing this ball down, wins a throw in for himself on that far side. Kitching to take, Mark Kitching, signed from Hartlepool in the summer. Very popular figure up in the northeast with Pool supporters. Referees played the advantage here for Dale. Oh, but a great
brilliant
tackle again from Downing.
From Jordan Downing. He judged that really well, Johnny. He gazed not to go in and rush in and blocked it well.
Bar, Mielowski. Again, a brave block from Coleman. It'll be a corner, though, when play resumes. It's Jordan Downing's impressed since coming on in the second half.
Yeah, he has. Unfortunate the goal was conceded when he was on in the right back berth, but since he's moved to centre half, looked very accomplished. So reminds me a bit of a young Michael Rains.
Dale corner. Again, it's a crowded 6-yard box. Barnes, I don't think can see anything. They've taken it short to Barr to strike it. What a goal that is. Barnes couldn't see a thing. Such a crowded 6-yard box. County was slow to get out of there, and Kwadwo Bar has drilled that into the corner of the net. Super strike. 2-0 Dale.
You have to say from that position, it easy with the benefit of hindsight. He wasn't closed down quickly enough. And I didn't quite see who should have been picking him up from the corner, because he deliberately held back away from the 18-yard box. Got the ball, he had lots of time and smashed it at great velocity, and Josh Barnes had no time to react, and it swerved in the air as well. Great strike from Bar for his second of the game, John. 2-0 to Rochdale.
Well, he didn't get this first one, did he? It was Lund who was. He had the shot though that led to the goal. But this time he's found the back of the net, and what a strike it was! As soon as it left his boot, John, we're right behind it, and you just knew where it was going, didn't you? Yeah,
it had that Gish on it as well, John. We're standing behind it, we could see it swerve in the air.
So 2-0, same scoreline as last weekend. And there goes the final whistle. It's not about the scoreline, though, at this stage of the campaign, really, John, is it? It's all about fitness, getting better understanding, getting the players up to a level where they can compete. And of course, you've got to remind yourself, they took on a League One side again today.
Yeah, you're playing against two League One sides in consecutive weeks. Both of them ended in 2-0 defeats. However, Jim over there looking quite relaxed. He'll be pleased with what he's seen. Completely changed the 11 for the second half, so he's got two squads here who can hold their own against League One opposition, John. We were never outclassed. We carved out some openings. Jim will have learnt today that he's got cover in many positions, lots of coverage in defence. Possibly might need a right back, but you've got Sam Minahan who can play in that position as well, so we won't be too concerned about that. Midfield, we've got options. Up front, lots of strikers. The one thing that will be playing on his mind is getting a couple of players who are going to get into goal scoring form at the beginning of the season. You want to make sure that you've got two players at least who are going to score 20 goals. We've got people with that pedigree. John Rooney, who played in the first half, had a quiet half in fairness, but he was player of the season in the National League last year, so he's going to come into his own. And up front, you've got lots of options. You've got the likes of Alex Reid, who impressed me today when he came on. You've got Richie Bennett, who impressed in the second half as well. And then, of course, in the first half, Jordan Williams, who unfortunately went off after 20 minutes, presumably with a little bit of an injury, but he was the most impressive player for me in those 20 minutes. So, Jim Gannon, a lot to feel comfortable about, and I haven't seen anything, John, that makes me doubt the fact that we're going to get promoted this season. I've thought it from when Mark Stott and the team got to work in March building this squad. We're way ahead of our peers in this league in terms of preparation, and as long as we just keep things on a steady state, there's a lot to look forward to this season.
John Whelan, thanks for your time this afternoon. Full live and exclusive commentary on our YouTube channel today of our second pre-season friendly, and it's ended in defeat this afternoon for the Hatters. Rochdale from League One, deserved winners at 2-0. However, we will be back on Tuesday afternoon. Join us for a full live commentary of County's pre-season game against Salford City. You can find that game also on our YouTube channel, and of course join us later today when we'll get all the reaction and of course the first chat with manager Jim Gannon later today as well. That's all to come on our YouTube channel, but for now it's finished at Edgeley Park, full time here. Stockport County 0, Rochdale 2.